lucky I'm going to work later today. The boss texted me. So, oh yeah, I come to work at 9 instead of 7 today. I'm like, good. I can keep my day. I'll keep a day off. I'm gonna take a shower here probably the next like, next 30 minutes or so. And it'll be good. We do a lot of side quests with this. I'm actually leveling up pretty good. Everything's doing good so far. People worshiping stuff, jeez. Please help us all.
I didn't survive a war and the sickness and the
Now we get done with all these little bitch ass quests and that before I go. Yeah, my guy's pretty stacked. Got a lot of damage on this dude. Oh, attack those planes. Oh, I see what he's flying. He's flying see if you'll be able to party chat with me. Haven't speak to my boy in a fucking while. Almost curious what's going on.
One big mother did that.
This devil beast has been harassing us a while now, picking off anyone who strays too far. Has the taste of our blood.
You sure you want to stay so close to its territory?
I'm trying to map out the beast's movement so we know where to stay clear. This camp needs someone to step up. I'm Juno, by the way. You, seem to know how to handle yourself. If you could hunt this thing down before anybody else dies, I'm sure we'd all pitch in for a reward.
I got my new shoes. Pretty fucking nice shoes.
Sounds like fun. I'm in.
Got like...
Every minute that beast is prowling out there, my people are in danger.
Hey, Juno, right? You've been out in this forest a while, haven't you?
Yeah. Saw this from almost nothing. But I guess on Enoch you can say that about everything.
Sounds like you're pretty used to these monsters around here.
Just more shit I gotta deal with. Between locking down food and water, making sure these people wash their damn clothes every once in a while. Somewhere along the way, dealing with man-eating beasts became just another item on my to-do list.
Of course, you have to switch the fuckers. Yeah, I'm like really fucking overpowered right now. Watch your fucking gun, you retard. All they sneezes are getting a little outrageous, man. Shampoo I used that worked too well. My hair itchy as fuck. My scalp, my hair's not itchy, my scalp's itchy. Shit's annoying. Oh man. Vampire mag, cooling shot on an enemy. 40% magazine. That's pretty cool. Here comes the big boy.
You are. Sit still. You sure made me work for it. Juno will want to see your head.
That's pretty cool. That gives me fucking. Cool. Oh, that's the other one down there. I gotta do that one. Oh, fuck with double there. What time is it?
This isn't gonna take the weight. I've been seeing shadows.
Yeah, this game's really good. Best way to do is do all the quests you can, try to get as many purples as you can. Obviously, you want to get them at a good level, like in your 20s and that.
Seems like there's more.
Because you only get to level 30, but your guns can get to like 45 or something like that. Your gear can. That's how strong your characters are. I like how they made this planet called Enoch.
We heard it screams for miles. How did you do it?
I hunted it, found it. I went medieval on its ass.
You... What?
I went It refers to periods of Earth's history where there were knights and dragons. No. Never.
That was good.
You couldn't scrape together much, but it's all for you.
Really nothing I fucking need. And I can use any SMG or any assault rifle machine gun.
You earned that reward. And the respect of some good people.
Amplify my fucking shit. What's this club do? Look at all ability mod shit. Fucking ability mod. Until I just fucking get old. It was at 9,000, but it switched. I guess that's when I'm in battle, I get more. Okay, well that pretty much is gonna end this. Okay, go back to camp. Get more purples. I'm gonna stick with the one gun I have. I think all three of your guns add up to your firepower, so you have to get all three of them up. So.
This Dr. Skurlock, what he's managed to achieve with no real laboratory to speak of. I never thought I'd live to meet another fellow scientist, let alone in this forest.
Let's get this.
I've made some observations.
Dude, that goes up.
Skurlock was not
dramatically
exactly elected,
fucking
but he runs
high.
quite a democracy. Everyone has a voice. It even seems they're not all trying to kill each other. It's rather
Dude, that's
strange.
Damage goes up a shit ton. It's crazy. I get rusty sometimes. I can't get this thing cost more titanium. So this takes 240 something, counting 140%. So it takes an average about 500. That's not too bad. Crit multipliers that. Takes almost 2,000. Yeah. Storm Whip is really fucking good. That and Claymore. You get Claymore, not Claymore. It's just really hard to get fucking titanium until later on. That's why I suggest taking with the blues and that. But then again, your ranking goes up when you get more purples, so you actually do more damage altogether. Go to work. You're going for my clothes to get done. I gotta fuck it. I don't know if I want to take a shower. I don't know yet. Oh man. Should wash my fucking jeans. I've been going between two different pairs of jeans anyway. Don't smell that bad. Well, I don't. I wish I had a fucking I wish we had of course shoes. I put my pants on. I got fucking rip ass. Come on, man. Hold up. Wait a minute. Ah, there it goes. Ah. Probably have to go take a fucking dump. We'll see what happens. So far, so good. I think the technical guy and Outrider is probably the best one. It's just going down the damage. I mean, I guess Earth, if you went down the damage, would be the same. Except for you have SMG instead of, you have shotgun damage on shit actually, but I think they both would work hand in hand. Yeah, I think I'm get a little shot of pre-workout, get a little bit of creatine in me. Yeah, eating really good and that. Muscles are still sore. Not completely fucking figuring those out right now, but paid myself the other day. Well, today, probably went to bed. The heaviest I've ever been my whole entire life. I was at 244. Fucking a little ridiculous. I was never expecting myself to get close to 250. And evidently I'm not a fucking my weight is still high, so I gotta lose like 30, 40 pounds. At least 30, 35 pounds. Actual fats. But then again, that's gonna lose as my muscles get bigger, and I think it's just one of those counterreactive things that eventually you'll get to that point. So I listen to a lot of people that, one of the guys I listen to a lot is, what's his name? Lee Priest. He talks about food and that. He talks about, you know, when you work out and that. He's like, if you lift really fucking hard, you break down muscle fibers and that, and you just eat everything and anything. As long as you keep the protein really fucking high, because your body's gonna want to absorb all that nutrients anyway, because you're gonna need it. And that's one of the things I've noticed. That like, a lot of people lift weights to worry about how much they weigh, or worry about their fat all the time. Like, your fat content is not about just eating. If you're overly working yourself, you're not eating enough food, you'll actually get fatter off that. I know, right? Like, if you work 2 days, like if I do cardio is different because I'm not breaking down a lot of muscle fibers. I'm just using energy. I'll burn fat. I won't lose much muscle. But if I sit there and I'm breaking down a lot of muscle groups, and like I'm not eating enough to be able to recover that muscle, then that muscle is just going to heal up normally. It won't grow barely at all. Actually, I might actually lose muscle because you're damaging the muscle fiber so much that your body's just going to heal it up and won't even like try to make it bigger and stronger. It might get slightly stronger, but most times it doesn't get the strength. You don't gain as much. Barely, very little. And this is one of the condescending things I look at myself. When I was lifting really fucking ridiculous, I mean, I lift for ridiculous, but I take way more days off. Like, I lifted on Tuesday, I burned out my legs. I did a shit ton of fucking squats at home. Because I just don't, there's no point for me going walking all the way over to the gym, do squats, or do leg presses, and fuck my legs up, and then have to walk all the way back home. It's just too tedious for my legs. Then my legs won't grow at all. So I just do all my stuff at home. I just do standard fucking squats. You know, I make sure I get a really good burn in. I make sure, you know, my legs were like fucking, they're strong, because legs are naturally strong. Like when it comes down to actually doing exercises, I hold my own against, you know, just normal body weight squats and that. You know, I can probably get up to like 50 squats at max if I really push it. Take breaths in between, about around by 50 or so. You know, but to me, that's gonna help stimulate some muscle growth. But that's what I'm starting to go into doing my dumbbell deadlifts. I add a little more weight to it, to like, you know, like 25 pounds in each arm. So I started doing that to get the muscles to go again. But yeah. Around a little bit. Oh man. Here's my scalp's been fucking friends. Whew. It's kind of weird. I slept a lot today, bro. Laundry's almost done. I don't know if I'm gonna wear my new shoes to work or not. Oh, these things are all fucking torn up. Jeez. These shoes are so much fucking better. Now checking out my new shoes. Like every time I like in the middle of my shoe, where I bend the most, I walk at the most, where I put my pressure at the most, it's all chewed up. These new shoes got double layer thick ass rubber on it. So they got extension layer rubber. Finally got my new shoes in that. They're a lot of money now. They're close to $300 basically. They're like 280 something. But just see the design of them. So they got extended rubber on there, like hard ass rubber on there. And then it like pushes outwards, and they got a rubber casing underneath it, which has got textural designs in that too, just in case I get into like dirt. It's be able to fucking pull in dirt and that. So every time I look at the older shoes that I have in that, like, they're just made like fucking shit. I hate buying Chinese made fucking shoes. Like, people are so upset because they have to you'll spend probably $100 on shoes, and I bet you probably in the first like year or two, depending on what shoes you get, obviously they're all made with like foam. They're not made with actual like really tough rubber. They're made with like a foam, and like when you wear them, eventually they wear out. Like, I'm feeling the shoes that I got for my job. And, like, the rubber's so thin in between the thing. Like, these got good grippers on that, but, like, I got a hole I can literally, like, feel in between my fucking shoes. I don't know if I'm gonna wear these to work and fuck them up. Yeah, but they're supposed to be water resistant and that. Supposedly, they got a lot of... The leather's just so fucking hard, man. Not the leather. It's got enforce. Why is my shoes like that? Give a shit. I'm just waiting for my crap to get done. Oh, man. But yeah, it should be working out pretty good. Working out. Full body, simple exercises. I do 3 to 4 sets. Try to do them until they're burned. Once you feel the burn, now you start getting that good pump, and that you're good. Like, people underestimate how much you need to work out to be able to build muscle. Like, if you're just an average person that's not on steroids, you don't need to fucking hit weights that ridiculous. You need to hit them good. But like, if you're doing too much, you're not recovering good enough, 90% of your fucking thing is all, literally is, 10% of it's working out, 90% of it's recovery. And that's what I'm learning now. Like, I'm bulking up rather fucking fast. You know, I notice the size is, I'm gaining muscle rather quickly now. And it goes back to what I was, this one guy, I was at one of the gyms that he was probably one of the, he was just a really strong fucking dude. He's big though, cause he was like about 6'2", something like that. And I talked to him that, and I'm like, he said, oh, I used to be like fat, and then I started lifting weights and that. And I started doing diet and that, and then I lost all my weight, and I got bulky and that, and dude was incredibly fucking strong. Dude was curling like 150 pounds and that, like, dude was just ridiculously fucking strong. And like, it was so ridiculous to like watching him fucking do stuff, because his size and that, like I mean, obviously he had a larger frame in general, but like how big he was and that, like you can just tell. Like instantly, people want to say, you know, oh, he's probably, you know, taking stuff and that, like, but he wasn't that like super detailed though. Like his body fat percentage was average. He was at like probably like maybe 15 to 12% body fat. When I see people that take fucking steroids, they're normally at like 10% below body fat. There's guys that I work out, there's guys I see at the gym and that. I know the dudes are juicing because the way their bodies look, they're so fucking skinny. And their mass is so huge. A lot of people say you can't have one or the other. Like normally people that are really skinny, they'll build up a little bit of muscle, but they're not going to get gigantically huge because it requires to eat more food to get that big. You're going to gain weight. Yes, there is a way of cutting, and you just don't work out as hard. You work out just enough to keep the muscles going, but then you cut your calories down, and then you slowly shrink yourself. But obviously, I think a lot of people just take so much fucking shit. Cause every time I see the dude's so jacked, and I know he's on roids. I don't know what he's taking. He's probably taking like Anavar, probably taking lower down steroids and that. I can just tell by how he looks and that. Dude is not the most attractive looking dude. I don't think anyone that has a body fat that's like below 10% is really fucking massively attractive, in my opinion. It's like seeing a girl that's at like, you know, I mean, sometimes seeing a girl that's really skinny, as long as they got like a big rack or something like that, yeah, I guess, but like, I don't know, it's just weird. To me it is, because it's unnatural. There's only very few dudes I see that are fucking like, have that proportionate way of looking. Most kids, most people don't, especially younger men that are like in their 20s and shit. Because one of the guys I, you know, see from one of the siblings that I work with, their sibling likes to lift weights. That I've seen him with a beater on. Looks rather deformed looking because he doesn't have like the chest and the chest and the triceps, and he doesn't have the arms and that. Like he has biceps, but he has very little triceps. He doesn't look. He looks really kind of awkward in that, to where he's not like. I don't think he's really performing exercises like he should. I think he's trying to base upon specific things that he likes, and you know that's okay and that. But like, you gotta like all the exercises that you do. You know, establish yourself just to do just a couple exercises and that. That's what they always tell you to do, you know, push, pull, and do legs. Because there's a major side effect if your body's disproportionate, because the way you look at yourself is going to be like, oh my god, what do I do? And that's kind of one of the things that I look at with myself. That's why, like, shoulders have always been a problem with me. So I start doing more shoulders. So now my shoulders are getting a little bit bigger than that. You know, obviously, like, people like focusing on the bicep a lot, you know, because it makes your arms look technically kind of bigger. But the tricep makes your arms look fucking twice the size. That's where the most of your girth in your arm is in your triceps. You get your triceps fucking twice as big as your bicep because it's just a bigger muscle. When I look at people and that, you know, they got these biceps and that, and I look at the triceps, I'm always like looking at it like, why don't you have bigger triceps? Like, load those fuckers up, because your triceps have a lot to do with pushing. And, you know, your shoulders activate a lot of it, but so does your triceps. You want to have your whole entire body have that kind of strength. But, you know, when I was looking at like, yeah, he had trapeze. He does a lot of shoulder shrugs, which you can tell. He has big trapeze. His shoulders are rather thick in that. But his back's not super thick. Kind of right. Just doing trapezes doesn't make your back look fucking thick as fuck. You know, you gotta do a lot of lat pull downs and a lot of fucking, you know, freaking back pulls and that. Can't just do fucking shoulder shrugs. You're not gonna really work out your back that often. It's just these kids tend to do these type of exercises because they think that it looks cool, and it's just like you're not there to look fucking cool. Like if you really want to work out, you gotta work out to sustain your body, not just to sit there and be like, oh look at me. Yeah, when you're young and that, obviously you do what you want to do, but your mind's gonna be set on certain things. You're gonna look at yourself and be like, okay, well I overwork my trapezius and shoulders too much. I look fucking awkward because I'm not the portion of me, obviously from right to left is gonna be always a little bit different from your left arm to your right arm. You know, your dominant arm is gonna be stronger than your undominant arm, so it's gonna look a little bigger than that. But every single time we want to look at ourselves in that, it's just a good way to understand how well we can be able to maintain and become a fun thing to do to keep your mind away from, say, temptation and shit. Woo. I think my clothes are down a little bit. But yeah, that's just one of the biggest things I personally had to like tell myself that. Like I was doing chest yesterday and I was hitting my chest and I see these dudes, they're always right from me that because where the wires are at, and they moved it around, and so they put it in a spot where it's like I'm in the fucking damn of the area of the gym where most people do the pulleys and that. So everybody watches you because you're the only one fucking saying they're doing these chest exercises, and that I'm doing them and I'm sitting there like fucking spitting a little bit in that because I really want to get that fucking like really good like exercise in. And like it's getting to that point where I'm just like, do I like the spectacle or say the attention from the stuff in it? A little bit, but it doesn't. It's just there, so I just enjoy it because it's there. If I don't activate it, be like, oh, look at me. Because to me, it's like, oh, it just doesn't. It's just not that important to me. Like when I was younger and when I go to the gym and that, I did stuff in that, but like it wasn't like I did stuff to think that was strong in that, and I look at myself, look how big I am. And then I see guys that are actually bigger than me, I would instantly want to say that they're on steroids and be like, oh, you're on steroids. I'm not gonna lie, like for how I know how steroids does it, it's like having like a big cup of coffee with some good carbs in your system, and you wake the fuck up. Like eat some oatmeal with some sugar in that, your body will go through the roof and it'll be hyperactive. Your blood will actually warm up. You'll actually start sweating a lot more because you got all these carbs in your system. Your glycogen levels goes through the roof, so your heat goes through the roof because your energy gets higher. And that's one of the things I would say, like, some people don't quite clearly understand. Excuse me. Yeah, my clothes should be done here in a little bit. I'm gonna put some powder on my fucking balls. Yeah, I'm gonna use gold bond powder. I got pad them up a little bit. Yeah, you have to. It's not super hot, but no one likes sweaty junk. But yeah, when I went on the scale and that, I was just like, damn, dude. 244. I ate a little bit of food, but I always say food maybe give you maybe a pound. Maybe at most. Extra. And water maybe about extra 6 ounces. Can't say it gives you a lot. Your body absorbs really quickly, so it just becomes hard anyway. I was at 244. Like not even a month ago, I was at like 234, 236. Now, the funny thing is, I've been eating the same amount of food. I just haven't been working out as much. Spectacle, like, wow, wait a minute. So depends on your body. I remember when who was it? It was one of the bodybuilders. He was lifting during the time when Arnold was winning all of his Olympias and shit. Starts with a D. And he was sitting there like, Dorian. His name's Dorian. And he's like one of the other better bodybuilders than that. He said that he was lifting with him and that. He says, I couldn't do what he did. You know, he would do like, he would lift 2 days. He would lift 2 times a day. Like, he would lift. Because he was on steroids, he grew so fast. Like Arnold, he grew so fast. And then he went in the next day, and then he fucking lifted again. And then he would do like cardio and shit for the day. There's no way in hell a normal person can do that. Because you would be torn down so much. And this is what Dorian was talking about. Dorian Yates. I think it was Dorian Yates. He said, I did my best workouts just working out like 3 times a week. And some days, he said, sometimes I would take like 5 days off of working out. I would see massive growth. He's like, everybody's body's different. And they were all taking the same steroids. But the genetic line of everybody, you know, they build differently. And like, that's what it is with a lot of people. And that people understand that. Like, yeah, a lot of people can take steroids, but their bodies, genetic line just fucking sucks ass. Like, if they're natural and they're not fucking like physically fucking fit naturally, then taking steroids is not gonna make you fucking genetically hype up. It might not do nothing for you. You might gain a little bit of mass, but you're not gonna be exploding out of nowhere. It's just not gonna happen. Like, one of the guys that has like he has issues with himself and that. Yeah, he used to work with us now. He came in and he looked thicker. And I said, bro, I look, you gained some weight and that you must be taking some steroids and that because he has health conditions. And he's like, yeah, they got me on these steroids and that's how it works. So when people say, oh, steroids don't build muscle, no, steroids build muscle 100%. All they do is recover you. Whatever your body needs and nutrition-wise, the steroids help to recover with that nutrition faster. So it doesn't matter what you do. If your genetic line is like, see, I take peptides in that. That's pretty much all I take. I take the Wolverine peptides. Do they really work in that? With the right nutrition, yeah, I think I see a little bit of enhancements as I lift, and that, I've been seeing more build. And it's not like steroids. Peptides help out with recovery, but they're not the stimulation of steroids. Like, sometimes people take, there's different levels of steroids. Some steroids help out with your joints. Basically, it's just what prescribes what doctors give you when you need to recover. They give you Anavar, they'll give you, DECA, they'll give you, probably not Tren or Gear, but they'll give you Anavar, DECA. They'll give you other things. That there's so much crap out there that they're made specifically for specific things about your body. So, like, if your joints are hurting that, they'll give you something that'll actually help your joints heal up faster than that. Because, your body heals on its own, but sometimes it needs something to activate it more. That's why God invented all the stuff that we have. I can see what time it is. I won't burn out too much. 14 minutes left. Feeling pretty fucking good. Really good, actually. Have my cup of coffee. Eat some food. Black coffee works so deliciously. I don't know what it is, but it works so good. My balls are fucking already sweating. Oh, I hate that shit. Ugh. Alrighty. Ooh. Damn, bro. I'm just standing there, my balls are fucking sweating already. That is annoying as fuck. took a fucking shower today. I normally don't like taking multiple showers a day because this shit's just really hard. Powder up my hands. But yeah, once you find out where you're at and what you really like to grow with, I think working out three days a week, depending on what muscle groups that you do, is your best bet. Either you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then rest all the way till Monday. Don't think you can go back into the gym. Some people say, oh, there's routine you can do, do chest on Monday, then you do back on Tuesday, and then Wednesday you do arms, because you can do arms a lot, because arms heal throughout the day, so you can do your arms and shoulders and that. And then on Thursday you can hit legs really hard now. You don't have to do legs till like, they do all this routine shit. Like, dude, the routine depends on the person. With me, I'd rather get everything fucking done. I fucking hate doing the slow approach. I rather get everything done so I can just recover. I don't want to do all that bullshit. I do my shoulders until I feel a fucking good burn. If my energy levels are high enough that I can just do my whole fucking body. Like one of the things I probably don't do a lot of is probably like my calves and that, because I walk all damn time. My legs, I try to keep my legs. I sit in the should I sit at home now? All this workout routine that, it's good if you can recover. But the biggest problem is it's the sleep. It's the meditation on sleep. A lot of people have huge issues with sleeping, especially when they are taking stuff that makes their body hyperactive. Like, I feel muscle pain in my biceps. Triceps not as much. But my biceps are fucking hurting. That's pain growth. That's exactly what you want. Period. As anyone. You want pain. Like, my legs still fucking hurt. From the other day, I can feel like the little pain feelings in my quads and that. Same to my chest, and my chest fucking hurts. Them are pain markers. That means that you're gonna grow as long as you keep up with your food. That means probably the next couple of days I should see muscle growth. Now, it may not be a huge amount. That's never gonna be like, they're not gonna grow like 10 pounds of muscle. Wake up looking like Arnold. That's complete bullshit. Eating with steroids, you might grow, but you're not gonna grow that fucking huge amount. That's just waste of fucking muscle anyway. Like, there's no point in being that fucking big. Arnold was like 240 pounds. Obviously, he was skinny as fucking that. Body fat percentage drops dramatically. The more mass you put on you, the more you're gonna have to eat anyway to keep up with that mass. So more or less likely you're gonna fucking lose weight no matter what, as long as your mass gets higher. It all depends on your body frame too. I got a medium body frame, so say like if I gain 10 pounds of muscle in the next like year or so, just to say, like my whole body just gets more mass, my body fat percentage is gonna drop no matter what, because the intake of food's gonna have to go up because of that mass. Like, a lot of people say, it's like, oh, you don't have to eat that much. You eat like 1,800 calories a day. I'm like, dude, that is ridiculous. For a man, that's ridiculously fucking low. I think about 2,500 to 3,000 is probably a ratio. Maybe 2,000 on the low end when you're just sitting there and you don't want to do nothing. Like, but like, I guess it's because a lot of these guys do that because they already got maximum amount of muscle. Their muscles are already at their maximum genetic point. So to them, they don't have to eat as much food because they're not building; they're just preserving. Building muscle takes more calories. People say it doesn't take a lot more. Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you eat 1,800 calories, you do 500 more, you're gonna do over 2,000 calories.